I'm sorry. Just talking into dead air there. The old push to talk, rearing its ugly head there. But yes, we will see some player two action, maybe not. Anyway, first game underway. Let's go.
So the keys are going to be who is going to have the better orb manipulation, who gets the better weapons, who has the better arena gameplay, and who is going to get luckier against Mutoy Man. So they both have their Razor Shield manipulations, and as you would imagine, now JPop4Life is not doing the manipulation, at least in game number 1, unless he's doing a backup manipulation that I'm not aware of. And I know there is a second manipulation out there. Oh, he missed it, so that's why JPop4Life abandoned it. Okay, that would make sense. So with that, it is going to be an Aquas hole shot here at the end of this arena, and if everything is done right, he should have that opening orb either in the center or in the northeast corner, depending on which frame he made those movements on. JPop4Life will not get that orb unless he gets Rocket, but he does get a rocket drop. Aquas does get that northeast spawn. We saw him get that for the majority of his run against Tetsuo.
Yeah, looks like it was a successful orb manipulation there, with a bit of a delay and not in the great spot there. Orb manipulation, it's an interesting technique for sure. You don't have to worry about getting an orb, so it's definitely great for a race, but if you're going for like a PB, world record, that sort of thing, that dead time, especially at the start of collect power-ups, I don't think that's the way to try to go for a PB, at least.
Not at all. It's going to be Aquas with a 1-second lead, but JPop4Life is without an orb at the moment here, so both these runners are going to be scrambling here for weapons, especially JPop, who does get some rockets, though, so that's going to help keep this room under control. Eat my shrapnel, 18 of the Mr. Shrapnels, and an orb drop right there for JPop as he completes the Holy Trinity. 18 Mr. Shrapnels, no more than 4 can be on the screen at any given point. Ideally, you're looking for a 42.5-second room. Both of these runners should be able to get that, especially with rockets for Aquas to close out this room. So it's a 2:04, plays a 2:05, and it's still about that 1-second lead for Aquas. Both of them have a very good Eat My Shrapnel. Now it's time for total carnage, and Aquas with the first drop Razor Shield will have the advantage.
Yeah, Vitamin R for Aquas there. A little more rockets coming into the room, and now that Razor Shield, gotta love it.
Won't be able to get to that spreader as it's in the bottom of the room. The Razor Shield will prevent him from getting it. It's in a bad spot anyway, so even if he didn't have the Razor Shield, might have ignored it anyways. There's a Razor Shield now for JPop, so he'll be in good shape, keep control of the middle. There's some rockets, he'll be able to get to that. It is not too deep into the wall that JPop will enable himself to grab that power up, and now some Vitamin R flowing for Aquas. Right now, I'd say it's an advantage Aquas at the moment, plus he's gonna grab these spreaders. We'll have a full clip of spreader to take with him in the tank trouble in a 2:54, but JPop4Life just 2 seconds back with the 2:56. These are two very good times, Jack.
Oh yeah, they're both showing us why they've made the top 4 here. Aqua's been a very good player for a long time. JPop, as you mentioned, easy Rookie of the Year, dethroning last year's champion in something of an upset. But yeah, just absolutely lit gameplay from both of them so far here. Slight edge to Aquas, but tank trouble can be a big swing room.
An even bigger advantage now is he gets the rockets, using the rest of that spreader to take down one gunner and the rockets to take down the second. JPop4Life is going to be scrambling here, and he loses his orb, so Aquas could see himself with easily a double-digit lead coming out. He is in complete control. JPop taking a death as well, so not the ideal start you're looking for if you're on Team JPop.
Yeah, maybe JPop a little jittery early on the going of this match. He did miss the manipulation earlier there, so maybe a bit of nerves cards.
Very well here. Could be some, race nerves here. This is going to be a good time for Aquas. He's got a 4:03, under 80 seconds, and he can find himself with a PB here. We'll see if he can make that happen. Meanwhile, JPop4Life scrambling to get some weapons here in tank trouble. It has been big trouble for JPop. Grenades to start for Aquas. He's asked to wait for the swirl to show up, and he'll go ahead and grab those grenades. And there's that delayed swirl whenever you see those grenades. Watch out. Oh, and the swirl takes away his orb. No ball buster.
Yep, never fun whenever you get that late swirl there. And almost didn't pick up the rockets was Aquas being pinned down in that corner, but
yep.
Got the lobbers getting to
Lobber's
work.
on the feet for J-Pop. I've never seen Lobber show up so quick, but then get sabotaged with rockets, but they'll at least be able to take out the gunners, and then gets a spreader on the feet. Back to back to back drops on the feet for
Beautiful
J-Pop.
manual
Oh,
from
but there's an
Aquas.
invulnerability. Great drop there for J-Pop.
Yeah, great manual from Aquas is going to get.
Ooh, he
Oh, and
takes
look
the
at J-Pop
Telio and
getting
gets
the
a
dot
spreader. And then gets an invulnerability. Can he get to it without getting zapped? He'll get it. Wow.
Bit of a circuitous route there, but he recognized it, held off his fire to keep as much spreader as possible, and just like that, Mutoid is melted into final form.
Yep, absolutely here. Just needs to get some lobber shots in there, and he's going to win game number 1 with ease. J-Pop won't be able to get to that spreader, and it is going to be a sub 540 for Aquas in game number 1. I'm telling you, the 2-time bronze medalist right now already off to a blazing start.
Yeah, 5:39, fantastic time. That is a statement opening game from Aquas there. Just perfect play throughout, solid drops there. He's looking unstoppable right now. J-Pop's going to have to shake off them jitters and get back into this thing.
Yeah, this is the Aquas we've been accustomed to seeing, because if you recall in his match against Brysolf, didn't look particularly sharp, didn't have very good Mutoid Man fights, but here in game number 1, already off to a blazing start here. There's a reason why he's a 2-time bronze medalist, and he's looking to get to his first finals in his Super Smash TV career. Solid run for JPop4Life. Can't hang your head on what JPop accomplished in game number 1. But unfortunately, that tank trouble that he had kind of set him back. 624, respectable time, but when your opponent has a sub 540, you know you got to do better than that.
Yeah, absolutely. And J-Pop just kind of nodding his head there. Exhale, inhale, exhale there. Shake it off, come back strong. We'll get them underway for game number 2.
Most certainly indeed. And in Aqua's match against Tetsuo, the first 6 games, the winning time was sub 6. And Aqua's now making that 7 out of 8 of his last games. The winning time has been sub 6. So JPop4Life going to have to make that adjustment in tank trouble in game number 2. Definitely has the capabilities of doing so.
Yeah, absolutely has the capability. Just gotta focus. I find this game is easiest to play whenever you're only like half paying attention, not really thinking about it. You just kind of get in that zone and you gotta go, go, go.
Definitely. And we do have a channel point prediction for anybody who wants to wager their channel points on who is going to win game number 2. Is Aquas going to take a commanding 2-0 lead, or will JPop4Life equalize and make this a best of 5? Make your predictions now. And Jackamus will get these 2 runners underway here for game number 2. Yeah, and J-Pop had a mistake there with the orb manipulation. We'll see if he makes the proper adjustment here in game number 2. Aquas did nail it with the northeast spawn in game number 1, so we'll see if he goes 2 for 2. Here we go. Both these runners are in the same spot, so they are working on their manipulation. And you would think that as long as they are properly firing, you're going to see everything in sync for about the first 45, 50-ish seconds here before you see the RNG take turns in terms of what kind of weaponry that they get in Collect Powers. As you can see, dead even.
Yep, it's like maybe the broadcast messed up and we're only showing one of the players. 'Cause
Right.
that was exactly identical on both sides.
You're going to see that when both players take advantage of the orb manipulation here. So let's just see if they do get that orb. We take a look here. Orb on the feet. Aquas missed it. Does not get the orb. So a miss there, and JPop4Life has the advantage.
Yeah, early advantage J-Pop for sure. Aquas, though, has got rockets and he's riding them pretty good.
And he
Game
gets an
orb. So RNG not really favoring favorites or anything here, cards. Pretty even Steven.
Not at the moment. That's what you want to see, Jack. You want to see the RNG be even, and J-Pop is going to have that lead just because he had that orb earlier with a 121. Aqua's about 2 seconds back with a 123. So as long as these players play these rooms fine, you would believe that J-Pop will keep that 2-second advantage. Oh, that swirl came dangerously close to Aquas there, Jack.
Dicey moments there, but Aqua's able to keep a level head and navigate himself out of danger.
All right. Right now, they're just working on the pea shooter here, so they're going to have to work a little bit here to keep this room under control. Still should not really be too much of a problem for either runners. We get keys on both sides and grenades. Not great for JPop. A foot, not great for Aquas. So one more drop, another key. Boy, these are some of the most garbage drops I have seen in Eat My Shrapnel in quite some time. I think JPop actually gained another half second just because he had a little bit better of an ending with his pea shooter. 2.5 second lead now, but rockets to start for Aquas.
Yeah, rockets for Aquas. JPop just working the center there. Good rhythm, keeping everything under control. Spreader just to help out a little bit there. And now a Razor Shield.
That's what you want to see if you're on JPop here, but a Razor Shield now for Aquas as well. So depending on how these firing lanes go, this could be an even race coming out of this room just because Aquas had those rockets to start.
Yeah, nuke there for Aquas. Is he going to use it with 3 straps on the screen? No, I don't think so.
Don't blame him for that. They were about to explode anyway, so it kind of comes out as a wash there for Aquas. So, and look at this. Told you this was going to be close, but JPop cannot get the shrapnel guy out, and that is going to be a time penalty there. So he has 3 seconds back with the 3 flat. Aquas with the 2:57. Still 2 really good times coming out, but it's Aquas back-to-back subs 3s into the bonus room.
Yeah, that kind of consistency will win you a lot of races. Like, that's all you can do if you're consistently having good arena play. Gives you a little bit of buffer for that gigantic RNG fest right at the end of the run.
Not a great opener. It's an invulnerability in a bad location. A Razor Shield, though, for JPop. Not in a great location either, but he's able to pick that up. A nuke for Aquas to give himself a breather and clear the gunners here, so he should be in good control. JPop should also be in good control with that Razor Shield as the second gunner goes down on his side. A couple of nukes there. Aquas go ahead and pick it up. JPop, I think, is going to ignore it. So we'll see how that plays out here, but neither player really getting a good weapon here in Tank Trouble. We're seeing the old TTTT, as we love to say, the typical Tank Trouble trash. So grenades on the feet. Aquas is able to dodge them. JPop with some good maneuvering here to keep that orb intact, and he's got the lead with a 4-13. Aquas just a second back with a 4-14. You'll love to see it neck and neck into the Mutoid Man fight, Jack.
Yeah, complete amazingness. Anybody's game right now. I'd love to see them get the exact same drops all through the fight. You know, let's make this a game. Let's make this
nice
one.
Nice grab there, by the way, for Aquas. He saw the spreader. 4 went the ball buster. I think JPop got the ball buster. So there's a spreader though.
Oh yeah, and that's in a good location. He's going to get that with a decent chunk of invulnerability left.
Definitely, indeed.
For Aquas and JPop neck and neck still.
That's grenades. He was hoping for an invulnerability, but only has a little bit of the spreader. Takes the Talio. He's looking for another spreader. Instead, it's a Lobber, which is a good drop. He currently has the lead. Lobber now for Aquas. Lobber's refill for JPop. So again, advantage JPop as he is trying to get a lead here. And it is more than a full form now for JPop as he's trying to equalize this match. Aquas has a ways to go. Nice grab there, but it is great grab, but that lead is going to widen for JPop. A player 2 spreader for JPop. He'll have to go manuals here. Gets the head popped off. There's a Lobber waiting for him.
Cooperating so nicely.
Great manuals for JPop as he's on final form. Great manual there for JPop. He'll need probably at least one more weapon to get the job done. No, he did. He had transfer damage on that, and it's going to be a sub 550 for JPop4Life, and well done to our rookie. He equalizes this match. It is 1-1, Jack.
Wow, that might be the best manual I've ever seen any player do against Mutoid Man. That was nuts. That was 2.5 forms worth of damage through a manual. That was very, very impressive.
The only other manuals I can think of that might have been right up there with what JPop just did was what Johnny Link had earlier in this tournament. He had some amazing manuals in one of the matches that I called, so you're absolutely right. That might be the best manual we've seen in the tournament that JPop just pulled off, Jack. Final form now for Aquas. He'll finish this up. Yeah, Mutoid Man just did not cooperate with him. It'll be about a 633 as he just resets, hits the bricks, and we'll try it again in game number 3, but hey, this is what you like to see, Jack. After the first 2 games, tied 1 apiece.
Yeah, they said that these later rounds aren't best of five, but hey, we got ourselves a best of five now cards.
Absolutely, and I'll tell you what, Bryce Olf has done it before, and that doesn't surprise me one bit. He's mentioned that he's gotten 2+ forms off of Emmanuel before, but I mean, when you have a 2-time champion here in the house talking about his past experience with Mewtwo Man, he's one of the best in the business when it comes to manuals, no question about it. So, Aquas, JPop4Life, tied 1 game apiece. Big game number 3 coming up here. We'll see who can take that 2-1 lead.
And, oh, never mind. Discord was being weird, but now it's working.
Oh, what would a match be without Discord being Discord, Jack? So now we have another channel point prediction underway here. Who is going to take the lead in this match? Will it be Aquas or will it be JPop4Life? So once again, you know, Aquas being involved, this is now 9, the last 9, 8 of the last 9. Sub 6 has been a winning time in Aquas matches here. We'll see if it ends up being 9 out of 10. Here we go.
Well, here we are into Arena 1. Are we going to see perfectly in-synced gameplay again? Let's find out.
Well, so far, so good. We're seeing perfectly in-sync gameplay and perfectly in-synced drops as well. So remember that Aquas messed up the manipulation in game number 2. JPop got it in game number 2. So we'll see if for the first time we can see both runners get the manipulation at the same time. So again, even coming out of the first room, which is what you're going to expect a lot in this match.
Yeah, I'd say so, Cards. So I think what happened last time is Aquas got a little ahead of himself and started shooting here at the start. There we go. There's the
and both get the orb in the middle. There you go. I think Aquas was expecting that northeast spawn again, but yep, it was in the middle, so both of them perfect in the manipulation.
Exactly what you want to see. Take that early RNG check out of the race. We're going to cleave this one all to skill as much as we can.
All right, so actually the channel port prediction was how many people were going to get the orb manipulation right, and it was both of them. A nice time for both. 3-second lead for Aquas as he had a high 77, JPop with an 80, and again having some problems with the swirl here is Aquas in Eat My Shrapnel.
That's just kind of coming down to luck there. It's 1 in 4 as to which door it comes out, and both times so far it's come out of the most inconvenient one for Aquas, but I think Aquas is too good to let a little swirl get the better of him there.
Oh, I agree 100%. And nice patience there from Aquas, waiting for the room to be cleared before grabbing those rockets, which should finish him off in this room. And rockets for JPop4Life will do the same. So both these are going to have an optimal finish. It's a sub 2 for Aquas, a 2:02 for JPop. So still that's 3-second lead for Aquas. Great Eat My Shrapnel. We have an invulnerability for Aquas, but a Razor Shield for JPop. So advantage JPop to start Total Carnage.
Second Razor Shield that JPop's seen. There was a bit of a tease Razor Shield at the end of Eat My Shrapnel for JPop. The last drop shows up there, nothing left in the room. You kind of look like you stutter step for a sec there thinking, yeah, I want that, but wait, the room.
You don't want it because if you have Razor Shield left when the room is over, you suffer a little bit of a time penalty, and that's why, of course, you don't want to grab the Razor Shield late in a room if you can possibly help it. Right now, spreader for Aquas. JPop just keeping control of the middle of the room. Look at this time from Aquas. It's a 250. The best time we've seen so far in this match. But JPop holding his own with a 255. It's a 5-second lead. I think it's a good time to take a break and talk about our product placement here. It's time for, Taco Bell. Taco Bell product placement with Taco Bell.
I'm hungry now. Thank you so much for that.
I know, right? I could go for a Baja Blast. Well, here we go. Aquas has just a little bit of clip of spreader, which won't really do too much. It'll do a little bit on the first gunner there, but nothing else. So gonna have to do some dancing grenades for JPop. He could utilize it on the gunners if he wants to, but he will go ahead and ignore it. We've seen some players use that strategy, but JPop will say no to that. Aquas is pinned in a corner now, as is JPop. So both of these runners' kill counts aren't gonna be terribly high. So these aren't gonna be the greatest times coming out of tank trouble. There's a nice nuke there for JPop, though.
Trash.
Yep, the old TTTT strikes again when they're on some really good paces. You know, Aquas with that 250, JPop with the 255, getting absolutely nothing in this room. Another nuke there for Aquas, which again will give him control of the middle. A nuke for JPop. If you could time it right, might be able to finish this room out. But, oh, he could have. No, he couldn't have used it. They were still coming out the door. It's a 4-11 for Aquas. But JPop gained a couple of seconds on Aquas, is down to a 3-second lead. Aquas just has a little bit of spreader left. I'm guessing he's not going to, he's not going to go ahead and just plug it into Mutoid, man. Smart move. He'll go for the ball buster. JPop will have a chance at the ball buster himself. Aquas trying to get it, and yes, JPop, though, did not get the ball buster.
And inferior weapon for JPop, so Aquas building a bit of a lead here. Oh, they both go down, but Aquas has a spreader and
almost got blocked there. That was close. So Aquas building the lead here as we get a glitch toid on Aqua's side. Lobbers for JPop. A empty drop though for Aquas. He's gonna go for the Talio, looking for a better weapon. Let's see what happens. It is Lobbers. Grenades now for JPop.
Weapon and Aqua's comfortably ahead here. Just got it.
Well, now he's gonna be even more comfortably ahead with this spreader.
That should do it, Kurt.
Oh, it's gonna do it indeed. Final form now for Aquas. Transfer damage as well. This ought to do it. Not quite. He'll need just one more shot, and it's another sub 540 for Aquas. His second of the match. He is just laying down the law here against JPop with these insane times. And it is indeed 9 out of the last 10 Aquas games where the winning time has been sub 6.
Well, sub 6 in this match, sub 6 isn't necessarily going to get you a win.
No.
All of our winning times have been sub 550.
You are correct. These have just been insane showings that we've seen on Aquas so far in this match. And once again, JPop did nothing wrong in this game. He was only 3 seconds back of Aquas coming in. But once again, Mutoid Man at this moment, when it's favored Aquas, it's really favored Aquas. I mean, it didn't in game number 2, but it certainly did in games 1 and 3. So Aquas, a 2-1 lead here in this best of 7 showdown. He is 2 wins away from another shot at the second chance finals. JPop4Life, gonna need to hope that Aquas luck turns a little bit sour here, Jack.
Well, not necessarily for Aquas' luck to turn sour, but for JPop's luck to turn better. It's come down to Mutoid in all 3 races so far. Just really good arena play from both. So, I mean, when you're at the very top of the Smash TV food chain, that's what a lot of these races come down to. Who can just get a little bit more luck from the game over the other.
That's correct, Jack, and that is why making a mistake in the arena when you're into these final matches here, they become more magnified because you do not want to be going into a Mutoid Man fight down 20 seconds or more because that's just asking for trouble. It's very hard to come back from that kind of a deficit against the top echelon of runners like an Aquas or a JPop4Life. So these runners know it, and JPop, in spite the little jitters he had in game number 1, his last 2 games have been quite solid here. They are now both 2 out of 3 in the orb manipulations. We'll see if these runners go 3 for 4 as Jack will get these 2 runners ready to go.
Countdown has been given, so they will be underway here in game numero cuatro.
So JPop4Life has been in this spot before, down 2-1 here. He is going to want to avoid being down 3-1. He did come back from both 2-0 and 3-2 deficits against CHX in his last match, so it's never over until that 4th victory is claimed.
Yeah, the 4th victory is always the hardest one to get.
Yeah, just ask Tetsuo against his match against Aquas.
Oh my. Never say die.
That's what these runners have done, especially those last 2 matches. They were never say die runners in their respective matches against CHX42 and Tetsuo, respectively.
Good luck. You'll need it, saith the announcer, as we are going to get orbs.
Yes. So they're both now 3 out of 4 in the orb manipulation, and they've both gotten the center spawns both the last times. Those are some great manipulations that we're seeing on both sides now, as we got a spreader for Aquas and invulnerability for JPop. Now Vitamin R for Aquas. He's going to have the lead coming out of this room, no question about it here. Weapon quality just in his favor. Not much of a lead, though. We're talking less than a second. JPop4Life did a really good job of what the game gave him.
Yeah, great firing lanes from J-Pop. Consistent fire, not missing a lot of shots, and more importantly, not overshooting the doors. Able to really mitigate the advantage Aquas was given by those rockets.
Now, Brycelov giving a good analysis between these two runners here. J-Pop's firing lanes have been a little bit more looser overall, and Aquas has been a bit more conservative in tank trouble. So that's what we've been seeing so far as trends for our runners throughout this match up to this point. Rockets for J-Pop should be able to close out this room very nicely. He'll ignore that spreader. Aquas has to watch out that he doesn't lose his orb there. There's a 201 versus a 202, so it's about the same deficit, a little less than a second lead for Aquas.
I don't think J-Pop meant to grab that spreader at the end of the room there, but, Clipper spreader to come in instead of the Clipper rockets, I suppose.
Well, to each their own, and, it didn't really lose too much at the end anyway, so no harm, no foul. J-Pop gets another spreader, bad location. He'll go ahead and ignore it, because you want to keep control of the middle of the room, keep that kill count high, and keep yourself safe at all times possible. There's a nuke for Aquas. We'll see if he decides to go after it. Invulnerability for J-Pop. Aquas will go ahead and use that nuke. Key for J-Pop, nothing new in there. He can ignore it, and a key for Aquas. Hey, again, there is no pleasure dome in easy percent. How about the keys here? There's a late razor shield. J-Pop might just ignore it. He'll definitely ignore it now. That's the head of the boom.
Did he? He just managed to switch his firing in time to get the shrapnel that was about to explode. He's not making that mistake again.
Oh, definitely not. He's only 3 seconds back. So again, they've been close going into tank trouble all match. Lots and lots of sub threes that we're seeing. I think the worst time we've seen so far is a 3 flat from JPop4Life through 4 games. So 3-second lead for Aquas, no weapon for either player to start tank trouble.
Well, first drop, all important first drop. Spreader for Aquas, not bad, but terrible spot for it. He's not going to be able to get it.
And rockets for J-Pop in a beautiful spot in the middle of the room. Now rockets for Aquas, but they're going to be tough to get. Nice grab.
Ooh, nice grab, but got pushed back into that corner.
Yeah, really, so he's not really going to get much out of these rockets, unfortunately, there. So for JPop4Life might have the lead, but he loses his orb.
Ooh, that's a big mistake there.
Yeah, big mistake late in this room here, and Aquas still with the orb intact, could have the lead still. Nice nuke there for Aquas, doesn't quite finish up the room though. J-Pop doing the best. He gets a replacement orb. The damage is probably done. It's still probably going to be an Aquas lead. A nuke though for J-Pop if he could time it. Not quite the end of the room there. So it's still an Aquas lead, but look at this. 4:14 plays a 4:17. Only gained a half a second. He could have gained a lot more there, but nevertheless, anybody's game once again, Jack.
Yeah, anybody's game. J-Pop shaking his head as he came in there. He had plenty of time to wait on that nuke. If he waited just another second, he could have saved 6 or 7.
He could have had the lead coming into the room. J-Pop looks like he got the ball buster there. Aquas also gets the ball buster, takes the Talio, looking for spreader again. There's a spreader for J-Pop. Did he wait too long, though? He's got to hurry. He'll get it.
He just gets it.
And an empty drop for Aquas. So J-Pop has the lead. So J-Pop did not get the ball buster, but he does have the lead right now as he's got both arms popped off. First arm goes on Aqua's side. There's a lobber for J-Pop. So J-Pop comfortably in the lead, but here's a spreader chance for Aquas.
Well, they're each getting their spreader chance and their lobber shots in. RNG not playing a factor at all here in Game 4 so far.
That's been pretty even, but J-Pop is out of a weapon here as they're both now on the same form. Aquas getting some manuals, going for another Talio here. What's the drop? Where's the drop? It's grenade, so right now it's very, very close between these two. They're both on the same form. Who will pop the head first? It is Aquas popping the head first. J-Pop4Life is about, I'd say, a half a form behind. Ooh, a spreader. He's got a long ways to go there. It's a risk for Jack. Can he get it? He does. But he goes away from him. He's not going to get much out of this spreader, but he did get a little bit of crit damage there. But Aquas with the spreader, final form, as he's got lobbers for both.
Better weapon for Aquas, though.
Oh, this is going to be so close here. Lobbers for JPop. It's JPop!
JPop! The transfer damage is enough to get him the W here in game number 4.
Wow.
Wow.
What a game. And JPop4Life comes from behind in that one and takes it with a 6:15. Aquas not all that far back with a 6:21, a 6.5 second difference. JPop needed to make up 2.5 seconds. He gains 9, Jack. And what was a best of 7? What was a best of 5? Is now a best of 3. You couldn't ask for anything more, Jack. This is exactly what I was anticipating coming into this match, and we're getting our money's worth and then some.
Look at the reaction from JPop there. He's somewhere between relief and really feeling it.
I will say this much. JPop's manuals in this match have been spot on. They have been electric, and it is a part of the reason why he's been propelled in this match. His manuals against Mutoy, man, have been better than Aquas manuals. I know Aquas, he had the final form. JPop, though, had transfer damage on his manuals. That was what carried him to victory there, in spite of the fact that Aquas had the better weapon to finish off Mutoy. JPop then grabbed the lobbers, finished off Mutoy, man, by just 6.5 seconds. And boy, oh boy, we have got, as what Bryce Wolf likes to say, a slobber knocker.
We got a slobber knocker, at the very least, possible Donnybrook.
Yeah, if we get to 7, we can definitely call it a Donnybrook at that point. I will definitely agree with you on that, Jack. So, my goodness gracious, this match has lived up to the billing and then some, but here comes a crucial, pivotal game number 5 for Aquas and JPop4Life, because whoever wins this game is going to have 2 opportunities to win the match and advance to the second chance finals. Again, whoever wins takes on Telio 1. If Aquas wins, it's going to be a rematch of that exciting 7-game set we had a couple of years ago. Whoever loses finishes in 4th place for this year's tournament.
Yeah, lots at stake here, and breathing room running out as we're down to a best of 3. Let's get this thing going. Game number 5 here on GG Speedruns.
So again, both are trying for their manipulations here for getting that first drop orb and collect power-ups. These runners are currently 3 for 4 each, and both have gotten the center location drop in their last 2 games.
Everything's looking good so far, completely in sync. All it's going to come down to, just don't fire right away. That was Aquas' mistake in game number 2, but other than that, they've basically been perfect.
Yep, no question about it here. So both of these runners have made the proper adjustments here. They've gotten their orb manipulations, so let's take a look here. And they both get it in the middle again, 3 in a row for both. Spreader for JPop, grenades for Aqua. So right now I'd say advantage JPop with the better quality weapon, as he's now got back-to-back spreaders. Aqua's just staying in the middle with his pea shooter here, trying to keep the kill count high. Invulnerability, Aquas can just ignore that. JPop can, of course, ignore the grenades as well. So... tell you what, oh, that explosion is going to give JPop the lead. It could have been an Aquas lead. 121 for both, about a half-second lead for JPop going into Eat My Shrapnel. Close again. That's been the theme. And again, the bad spawn for Aquas, that left door, but this time he was able to get it out much quicker, so it was less of a threat.
Yeah, not too troublesome that time around, but always a little scary when it comes out of the door right next to you, and it's like, come on, you couldn't just pick one of the other 3 doors. There's just other 3 doors, man. Just try them out once in a time,
That's called the Game Nose for a reason, Jack. I mean, I came up with a brand new emote, the Game Nose Deluxe, and so far that's what's happening on Aquas, at least in terms of the swirl. I mean, it's not affected him as of yet. 203 plays a 204. Better ending there for JPop. He gained a little bit more time on that room, so he's built that lead to almost a full second. Invulnerability to start for Aquas, grenades, so nothing to write home about for either, as it's a spreader now for Aquas, but rockets could propel him to the lead here.
Yeah, pretty good firing from the rockets. Very accurate. Maybe firing a bit more than you'd like, but as long as you're keeping the enemies flooding into the room, that's rockets doing their job.
Most certainly indeed here. So whoever has the better firing lanes is going to determine who's going to come out of this room first. So another key for JPop, a key for Aquas. A lot of keys that we've been seeing here. And Aquas grabs, I don't know about that move. I know he wants to buy a better drop to maybe close out the room. Can't do it with this dude here, but I see what Aquas is doing. He's trying to buy another drop to start tank trouble. It just didn't work
Oh,
out for him.
wow. That was some great spreader fire from J-Pop to
Yeah.
finish off the room. Just able to use the ancillary bits of the spreader to take out the shrapnels. That was just very, very, very good.
Definitely. It's a half-second lead for J-Pop, and no player has a weapon to start tank trouble. So we'll see what happens here. If they both get a good weapon, if they both get a bad weapon. My goodness gracious, these two have been step for step this entire match, save for game number one, and bad drops for both.
Bad drops for both, but you'd rather have that invuln to at least protect you from cannon fire. You're able to stay in the middle a little easier until you get that big bad rocket drop.
Yeah, J-Pop, the one getting the rockets. A nuke for Aquas is able to take out the second gunner. Now can focus on the middle of the room. A nuke for J-Pop to give himself a little bit of a breather here. But Aquas getting pushed around by that tank. Able to get it taken down here. J-Pop doing a good job keeping control of the middle of that room. Now it's rockets for Aquas here. Could be enough to close the room, but he is getting a little bit too close for comfort.
Aquas, but he's able to navigate through it, and he gets rewarded with another rocket drop.
And it is J-Pop with the lead, a 4:07, but stop me if you've heard this before, it's a 3-second lead.
I think that might be the largest lead we've seen going into Mutoid so far.
No, because of game number one, J-Pop was quite a bit behind because he had lost that orb. Other than that, yes, it's been close all the other 4 games here. So, Ballbuster successful for J-Pop. Let's see if Aquas can get his Ballbuster. Trying to be careful that he doesn't get flexed here. He's focusing on the lobber shots at the moment, not focusing on the Ballbuster yet. Tries to get it and misses it.
Unfortunate miss there, but I think focusing on the lobber shots there was the right play.
Oh, I agree. And because of that, he has the lead despite the fact no Ballbuster.
Yeah, not too much of a lead though.
No.
J-Pop shortly after Aquas here, even though it took longer to come off.
But here's a spreader for J-Pop.
Oh my.
He's going to get it. So he's going to have the lead here as Aqua's going to work on these lobbers here as the rib cage is exposed. And look at the positioning. Look at these manuals from J-Pop. Finally gets run over, but he has the head popped off. His lead is about a full form here. Aquas is going to need to see a spreader or the drops to dry head. These lobbers are good news for J-Pop. Aqua's taking the Talio, does not get the spreader though. It's lobbers. So final form now for J-Pop. That lead. I think there might be a spreader for Aquas though. Oh, but he gets blocked.
He got it.
Empty drop for J-Pop. Final form for Aquas. If he gets transferred, he can steal this. Who's going to take it? No, it's not enough for Aquas. J-Pop is going to win it. Oh, look how close this was.
Taketh away cards. That was almost a miracle comeback for Aquas.
Unbelievable, and it's a sub-6, a 557 for J-Pop, and Aquas with a 602, about a 5-second difference. Holy Moses, these matches, these games have been electric, but it is the rookie Jack who is on double match point to guarantee himself a spot in the top 3 if he can pull it off. Aquas has been in this position before, down 3-1 against Telio and came back to win that one. Does he have another comeback in him, or will his streak of top 3 finishes come to an end tonight? We'll find out.
Aquas has given us the thumbs down on the webcam there. He looks pretty excited, but I think he's a little annoyed about just the end of that one, just missing out on that miracle comeback.
Yeah, he almost got the spreader. He almost got blocked. He was able to get to that spreader in time, got to the final form, but just did not get enough transfer damage to make the comeback happen. It was just short. Needed about another third of a clip of spreader to finish the job. Just not quite there for Aquas. That empty drop for J-Pop bought Aquas that time. Just was too little, too late. And now J-Pop, the rookie of the year, finds himself on double match point. 2 opportunities to make it to the top 3 and have a date with Telio 1 in the second chance finals. Oh, this is going to get so exciting. I know we're all hoping for a game number 7. I'm just hoping for a good game here.
I think they've all been good games so far, Card, so I don't think you'll be left too disappointed on that front.
All right, so we'll have Jack get these runners ready, and here we go. Game number 6, a must-win for Aquas if he wants to keep his top 3 streak intact. If JPop wins this game, he is moving on to the second chance finals against Telio 1. Here we go.
Arena 1, identical gameplay. They've been sticking to that razor, or orb manipulation, my mistake. And it's been working so far, so why change anything up here?
Now, both of these runners have been 4 for 5, including the last 3 in the middle for both runners here, so I expect nothing to change here. Both of these runners are definitely on their game with the orb manipulations here. We'll see if that does continue here in game number 6. Let's take a look and see if they got their orb, and if so, which spawn location do they get? We're taking a look here, and once again, they both get the middle. It's 4 in a row for both runners, so these guys have been nailing their orb manipulations in this match. Neither player really getting a good weapon here. It's grenades for both. They ignore it. Invulnerability for JPop. A nuke for Aquas. He'll probably ignore it, I would imagine.
Might try to make use of it to end the room.
Wouldn't have worked.
I don't think.
Oh, but the explosion is going to give JPop the lead. 120 plays a 121. It's a 1-second lead going into Eat My Shrapnel. So the slight advantage right now to JPop. But he loses his orb, a mistake for JPop.
That's a huge mistake there. That's given Aquas an opening. JPop, to his credit, though, does have this entire room to get an orb back if he's fortunate enough.
Well, certainly indeed. So he's hoping that the game can show him some mercy. He does have rockets, which will at least keep him afloat and keep this room under control. So, you know, he's not going to really lose any time on Aquas. He gets the orb on the feet. He got his orb back.
And,
what a gift!
Breathing a huge sigh of relief there. Could have been playing behind the hammer, but we're going to be even Stevens going back into total carnage.
And JPop actually gained some time on Aquas. He's built the lead to 2 seconds now, starting the room. But here's a Razor Shield to start for Aquas.
Yeah, that's the luxury of being able to finish Eat My Shrapnel with rockets. 1 rocket instead of 8 shots to take out the shrapnel. It's going to save you a bit of time.
That's what you want to see, and there's a Razor Shield now for JPop. Aquas also had some Vitamin R. Now Vitamin R for JPop. The weapons have been even Steven. RNG not favoring anybody right now, and that's what you want to see here in high-octane matches like this one. Right now, though, it is Aquas who needs this game as he's down 3-2 in this best of 7. He must win this or he's eliminated.
Must-win game here, and made very efficient use of that Razor Shield. Almost broke the whole thing to take the room out quickly.
255, 256. Stop me if you've heard this before. It's a second difference going into tank trouble.
I do have to stop you because I have heard that before.
Right. So 255 plays 256 here going into tank trouble. No weapon for either player, so this drop here could be big. Aquas has definitely had the better tank.
The drop of the tournament for Aquas right here.
Rocket for JPop, not in a great spot though. He's gonna have to work for it. And invulnerability on the feet. Now back-to-back invulnerabilities as JPop gets more rockets in another bad location, but he should be able to get it. Maybe. Yes, he does. And Aquas losing his orb does get rockets though, and JPop getting a Razor Shield. Oh my goodness gracious. Could the wheels be falling off on Aquas, Jack?
I wouldn't count him out on yet, though. He's making excellent use of those rockets.
Definitely. Good min-maxes here from Aquas, though, there on those rockets, just to keep him afloat here. But I expect JPop4Life to build on that lead here. Does get the orb back, so he's going to be in the running. Look at this. 406. Aquas did not lose that much time. Those rockets saved his bacon. He's only 4 seconds back. But again, Aquas needs this game to stay alive in the tournament. Can JPop4Life, the rookie, make it to the top 3? Let's find out. Spreader, but he's going to forego it. Gets the ball buster. Going to go for these main, but he gets run over. A bad break there for JPop.
I I'm not sure if I agree with that. That was a gettable spreader if you took the death there.
Oh, but
Its
here's another
shot
spreader,
is
but
much
its
more
one could be
valuable than
blocked.
Ballbuster.
They both get the ball buster here. Spreader. Let's see if JPop can get manuals here. But there's a player 2 spreader. Good manuals again from JPop, but he won't get to that spreader. He's blocked. 4, 3, 2, 1. Same level 6. Lobbers though for JPop. He currently has the lead, but not by much. Player 2 spreader for Aquas, but an empty drop for JPop. He can ignore it, just focus on the lobbers, but he's missing a lot of shots. Manuals now for Aquas. He's getting good manuals here. We're still tied. Neck and neck here. Another empty drop for JPop though. Aquas taking the Talio, gets a lobber. Where's the weapon for JPop? Where is it? It's spreader and he couldn't die for it. He's got to go manuals here. He's got the, he gets sabotaged.
Sabotage. He does
Oh
pull
my
ahead, though.
word! Mewtwo Man is stealing it away from J-Pop, but he is still in this one. Aqua's gonna have to go manuals here. Lobbers for J-Pop. He's landing his shots. Final four for both.
Sees the opportunity and goes to the side to
Look
take
at this.
advantage
But
of
he
it.
doesn't have enough. He needs another weapon. Who's gonna finish this? Will it be J-Pop? Will it be Aquas? It's Aquas!
Heads up play by Aquas to go to the wall for the easy manual has him by the skin of his teeth squeak by and make this a 7-game series.
And the
Wow.
difference is all of 2.3 seconds. Right now, I think you're looking at your match of the tournament right now, and it could threaten your top 3, top 5 match of all time. My goodness gracious, these two runners trading blow for blow, jab for jab. Aquas, JPop4Life, the veteran, the rookie, the 2 seed, the 22 seed. Deuces are wild. Trays are wild. We're going to a decider. Can you feel it, Jack?
Coming in the air tonight, yes I can, cards.
Good answer. That was a good comebacker right there. I do definitely appreciate the Phil Collins reference right there. So, ladies and gentlemen, this is it. This is for all of the marbles here. Aquas, 3 games. JPop4Life, 3 games. Winner moves on against Telio 1. The loser finishes in 4th place. And I'm telling you, I'm going to hate to see one of these players leave because they have given us a show tonight. They've given us a show throughout the entire tournament. It's a shame we're going to have to lose one of these runners after this game.
Any other year, this would have been the final match.
I completely agree 100%. If this was the final, best final of all time, bar none. I mean, the way these two have been playing, they're playing it as if this was a final right now. I mean, absolute great stuff. They're getting their orb manipulations. They've been close going into the Mewtwo Man fights. They've gone back and forth, seesaw affairs, great manual spreaders. And yeah, that spreader that Aquas had, where Mewtwo Man just came to him at the door so Aquas could get the perfect manual and transfer damage, was what saved his life there. If Mewtwo Man is anywhere else on that map, J-Pop, or Jack, J-Pop wins this, and we don't even talk about a game number 7.
Yeah, right you are, cards. That was the heads-up play. That decision by Aquas that he made in that moment, forego damage in a do-or-die game to move yourself to a better position. Like, that is beyond heads up. That is savant levels of gamesmanship.
I don't think many players would have taken that chance there, Jack. What Aquas did right there was so gutsy, but it ended up being the right decision, and it paid off for him handsomely, potentially to a top 3 finish. But Aquas messes up the manipulation.
Maybe a blessing in disguise. He will get out of the room quicker.
No, he won't.
Get some drops. Oh, no, maybe not.
So Aquas maybe with some game 7 jitters here. Our veteran, a little bit shaky to start here in game number 7. J-Pop should have his manipulation. He'll go 6 for 7 if that ends up being the case. And there you go. Aqua's first drop here in Collect Power-Ups is a nuke. So huge, big time advantage right now for J-Pop to start at the very least. Aquas is going to be fishing. Rockets, though, will help.
Rockets can carry you all the way through this room with efficient fire, and Aquas knows how to do it. He's got this under control. He ain't gonna lose too much time, but he still needs to find that orb before we get into total carnage.
Oh, definitely. So the final stats are JPop went 6 out of 7. Aquas went 5 out of 7. But yeah, you see that lead. It's a significant one right now for JPop. Plus, he's got that orb. Aquas needs to see an orb here in Eat My Shrapnel. This time the spawn comes from the south. Aquas trying to make sure that the shrapnels don't go out of control, because once you have 4 on the screen, you're going to start to bleed time. But you also have to make sure the foot soldiers. Yeah, these drops have been bad.
Eat the next one because they're nukes.
Yeah, these nukes are bad. He can grab the grenades and focus on some of the Mr. Shrapnels. There's the orb. He desperately needed to see that, Jack.
Panacea for Aquas. We've got ourselves a game.
JPop will have the lead with the 201. Aquas is going to be very much in this one with a 207, about a 6-second lead for JPop. A foot, not a good opener here in total carnage. The spreader for Aquas carrying over to that room also gets a foot. Now a spreader for JPop.
Yeah, that spreader to start the room there helped Aquas out, get things under control. Aquas gained a little bit of time back here so far due to superior weaponry, but not outstanding weaponry.
Both. This is what you want to see. This is what you want to see. Equal opportunity drops for both in a game number 7 here with everything on the line, Jack. Rocket's not in the greatest spot for Aquas, but he'll be able to get that no problem at all. JPop, no problem. Keeping control of the middle of the room. Good firing lanes, but grenades on the feet is going to hinder him a little bit. And Aquas' a mistake.
Oh, no. Aquas thought he could get the nuke, but it was just a bit too far down, and that costs him the orb.
Oh my goodness gracious, and that could be a fail mistake right there. It's a 6-second lead still for JPop, but that lead is gonna be exploding if JPop can keep this orb nice and healthy and Aquas gets nothing in tank trouble. Huge mistake there for Aquas.
Well, even worse news for Aquas, JPop is cruising on into tank trouble with 2/3 of a rocket clip.
Yeah, the E is in fantastic shape. He'll be able to get both gunners down unless he is sabotaged. He will not be sabotaged, it's a nuke. But he's missing his shots, does get the last rocket to hit that gunner to take them both out. That could have been disastrous there for JPop, but a big break there. Razor Shield for Aquas, that's at least something, but he's gonna need more.
Yeah, Razor Shield, he's using it very aggressively, which is the play here. Don't have that firing rate with the orb, so you have to use the Razor Shield offensively until you get a weapon or something.
So JPop still has the orb nice and healthy. Now he's got a spreader. He's keeping control of the middle of the room. He's doing a great job. Now he's got the vitamin R. He's gonna have a massive lead coming out of tank trouble. Rocket Stone for Aquas could keep him in the running. It's a 406 for JPop. Aquas will not get those.
Make it to them. Oh, that's brutal.
Oh, this is bad right now for the 2-time bronze medalist. JPop4Life looking to be in complete control here. Tick, 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 tick. That clock is bleeding right now. And look at this, a spreader chance, and he gets the ball buster on the fly. It's 25 seconds for Aquas.
Perfectly for JPop here.
And climbing.
Huge lead. And it's only growing bigger. Both arms down. He's not going to get that other spreader, but he's got a full 2-form.
But here's the spreader for Aquas. He needed to see that.
Look at this.
He'll get good usage out of it.
Be out just yet, Cards.
He needs an invulnerability because these gunners are going to shoot at him. Doing a good job, though, with the Mandals. He gets 2 arms popped off, but right now it's a 2-form lead for JPop. Or a form lead, I beg your pardon. It feels like a 2-form lead. It is only a full form, but an empty drop for Aquas. Now it's a 2-form lead for JPop as he's got the head popped off. He can almost taste it, and now a spreader could lock it up.
You said he could almost taste it. He's literally licking his chops as he died for that spreader.
Here it comes. Final form. Transfer damage. Will this do it? There it is. JPop4Life. The rookie has taken down both the #1 and the #2 seed in the tournament and is moving on to the second chance finals to take down Telio 1. And Aquas just did not have a great arena there. Was finding himself 25 seconds back in the Mutoy Man. JPop got the goods. The final spreader proven to be the dagger, and it is your rookie, JPop4Life, who wins game number 7 and guarantees himself a top 3 finish in the tournament. What a performance. What a match.
Look at him on the camera cards. How high do you think his heart rate is now? He looks in disbelief at what he just did.
It's got to be around 170. Mine would probably be about 170. What a performance. And Aquas, tip your hat to Aquas, the 2-time bronze medalist, gonna finish in 4th place here in this year's Super Smash TV tournament, but he's got to be disappointed at how he played that game number 7.
Yeah, absolutely no question about it there. Maybe the pressure just got to him at the end there. He had an amazing end to his game 6, but Cinderella ran out of her magic, and we unfortunately had a bit of a pumpkin there in game 7 from Aquas, but I'm not sure if it would have mattered. That 542 by J-Pop, that is a hot,
Yeah,
hot time.
that would have been tough to beat. I mean, if Aquas would have somehow gotten a better time, that 542 would have been the fastest losing time in tournament history right there. But give all the credit in the world to JPop4Life. He had those game 1 jitters, but after that game number 1, he was practically in the zone throughout the rest of that match. And again, Aquas gave him everything he could handle, but unfortunately, I think the pressure, you're absolutely right, Jack. I think it just got to Aquas a little bit in that game number 7. Made the mistake on the orb manipulation and then losing his orb in Total Carnage, going after that nuke. A couple of mistakes there, and those proved to be his downfall right there. But Aquas will definitely be back next year. You can be sure about that. But JPop4Life, the number 22 seed coming in to this tournament, finds himself in the top 3. What an amazing story he has been, Jack.